Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we have an elementary level lesson for you.
That's right. We are going to talk about winter, but specifically about the clothes you wear during winter when it's very, very cold outside.
That's right. And I hear you're not too familiar with some of these practices because where you come from, you don't really have winter.
We don't have winter. We have dry season and rainy season, but same temperature.
Well, Chicago definitely has a snowy season, so I'm very familiar with these things. So let's jump right into today's dialogue. We'll be hearing it one time, and in a minute, we'll be back to talk about it.
Bye, Mom.
Wait, Jimmy, it's cold outside. Put a hat on.
Okay, bye.
No, wait, you'll be too cold without mittens.
All right, see ya.
Hold on, with that wind you're gonna catch a cold. Wear this scarf.
Okay, see you after school.
Oh, and earmuffs. Put these on. Here we go.
Mom,
Yes, honey?
I can't breathe.
All right, we're back. So there were a couple of different items of clothing that we saw in this dialogue. So let's look at them now in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, well, first of all, we have Mom and Jimmy. Jimmy is a boy's name. He's a little boy. And Mom is saying goodbye to him, but first she wants him to put on clothes. So the first item, the first thing she asks him to put on is a hat.
A hat. Now, you probably have seen like a baseball cap or many different types of hats. And sometimes in other languages, they have specific names for a hat for winter, right? But in English, it's a hat.
Anything that covers your head is a hat. That's kind of like the category.
So maybe this one is a warm wool hat, but in the end, it's a hat.
It's a hat.
Okay, so he's put on the hat. Now what else is he going to put on?
Well, we need to keep our fingers warm. Okay, so there are two kinds of ways to keep your fingers warm, and the way in this dialogue that the boy keeps his fingers warm is with mittens.
All right, so mittens you put on your hands. Now, what's the difference between mittens and gloves?
Okay, gloves have special places for each finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each hand.
Right.
And mittens, there's two spaces, one for your thumb and one for all your other fingers.
Okay.
Okay, so that means you can't really hold things.
So you kind of look like a penguin or something like that.
Yeah, you look like exactly, like a penguin. And it's mostly for children. Adults don't wear mittens because adults need to hold things like keys and phones and car steering wheels. So in this case, mittens is usually for children.
Okay. So mittens, and well, the mother is still a little bit worried, so she tells him to wear a scarf.
Okay, a scarf is a long, usually made of wool, a long piece of fabric that you put around your neck to keep your neck warm.
Okay, so a scarf.
A scarf.
Okay, and he's put on the mittens, the scarf, the hat, and he's missing some earmuffs.
Okay, this is a little funny because usually if you're wearing a hat, you don't need earmuffs. But earmuffs are like headphones, but they keep your ears warm.
Right.
And we wear these, they don't cover your head, they just cover your ears. And usually they're just two round circles over your ears.
So as you say, exactly, they look like big earphones. And they keep your ears warm. Now, as you say, you usually don't wear this if you're wearing a hat because, well, you would put your ears inside your hat, right?
So it looks pretty silly if he's wearing all of this together.
All right. And so those 4 key items, those 4 key pieces of clothing are for our language takeaway today. Why don't we listen to this dialogue again, and we'll come back soon to talk about Fluency Builder.
Bye, Mom.
Wait, Jimmy, it's cold outside. Put a hat on.
Okay, bye.
No, wait! You'll be too cold without mittens.
All right, see ya.
Hold on, with that wind, you're gonna catch a cold. Wear this scarf.
Okay, see you after school.
Oh, and earmuffs. Put these on. Here we go.
Mom,
Yes, honey?
I can't breathe.
All right, we're back. So now let's take a look at 4 key phrases on Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
Okay, this first phrase, as I said before, has to do with the mom and the boy saying goodbye to each other. So he says, all right, see ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Okay, so see as in to look to, right? You
Yeah.
see something. And what about Y-A? Yeah. See ya.
So this is a very spoken language way of saying you. So we could say, see you later. But if you want to make it shorter, you can say, see ya.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
All right, so see ya. And then what's our next way of saying goodbye?
Hold on.
Oh, wait, that's...
We're not there yet. No. Hold on is our next phrase. And this is a way to say, wait.
Wait, hold on. So you just say hold on, it means wait. It's not really rude, right? It's just a little bit more casual.
Exactly. It's very casual. So you cannot say, hold. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
You have to use these 2 words together. Hold on.
on.
Like I said before with Marco, who wants to go fast, I could say, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait a second.
All right. Okay, so hold on, see ya. And now you gotta be careful because you're going to catch a cold. To catch a cold.
Okay, so a cold is when when you cough, you have a sore throat, it's starting to get cold outside and you don't feel well. Okay, so you have a runny nose. It's a illness. And most people get this every year. It's very common. But you don't get a cold, you catch a cold. Okay?
Okay.
So catch is the same word we use for when we talk about sports, like throwing and catching.
Okay.
It's almost like it just hits you. It's so fast. You just catch a cold.
So that's really important what you just said because you don't use the verb get. You don't get a cold. You catch a cold. Or if you say that you were sick last week because you had a cold, you would say, oh, I caught a cold or I had a cold.
Exactly. So remember, present tense, I catch a cold. Past tense, I caught a cold last week.
Okay. And our last phrase for Fluency Builder is here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so when do we hear this phrase? The mother says to the boy, put these on. Here we go. So she's doing something with him. She's helping him put his earmuffs on. And here we go is a way to say, okay, I've finished. Okay, I'm done. Okay, your earmuffs are on you now.
So you're ready. Here you go.
Here you go.
Right. So we say here we go, like everything is ready. Your earmuffs are on.
Exactly. So maybe I'm on my computer and I have a problem and I'm waiting. And you know when the bar is loading and finally, ding, it's ready. Here we go.
Here we go. It's
Now
ready.
I can start. It's ready.
Or sometimes a waitress will come and serve you food and say, here we go. Here's your order.
Exactly. So this is a way to say what you've been waiting for is ready now.
Okay. Great. So I think it's time for us to listen to this dialogue one last time before we come back.
Here we go.
Bye, Mom.
Wait, Jimmy, it's cold outside. Put a hat on.
Okay, bye.
No, wait, you'll be too cold without mittens.
All right, see ya.
Hold on, with that wind, you're gonna catch a cold. Wear this scarf.
Okay, see you after school.
Oh, and earmuffs. Put these on. Here we go.
Mom,
Yes, honey?
I can't breathe.
All All right, we're back. So as you mentioned, in Chicago, it's very, very cold. So I imagine you had all of these winter clothes, right?
That's right. And it's funny because I remember being a small child and my mother doing this to me, putting on snow pants and boots and earmuffs and hats and gloves and scarves. And all of a sudden, it's so hot inside because you're wearing everything. And so you can't even walk. Like you were saying, you look like a penguin walking out the door. And then you get to school and you're sweating, right? And so in school, we had a special room and we had to take everything off because there's snow everywhere.
Right.
And snow can be very dangerous because it melts and it turns into water. Okay, so I have very strong memories of all of this, putting them on, taking them off, and just being warm all the time.
Hey, well, yeah, when it's cold or you live in a place with cold weather, you have to have these items of clothing because otherwise you might catch a cold.
Exactly. So I hope that no one out there catches a cold, but if you want some suggestions, wear a scarf, cover your neck. That's the most important. Your head and your scarf are the most important.
Winter. Winter is the coldest season of the year. It usually comes after autumn and before spring. In many places, winter brings cold weather, snow, and ice. The days are shorter and the nights are longer. People wear warm clothes like coats, scarves, gloves, and hats to stay warm. In some countries, winter is very cold, and the temperature goes below 0. Lakes and rivers can freeze, and people can walk or skate on the ice. Winter is a time when many people enjoy special activities. Some people go skiing, snowboarding, or ice skating. Others like to stay inside and drink hot chocolate or tea. In some places, there are winter holidays like Christmas and New Year's. Families and friends come together to celebrate, eat delicious food, and share gifts. Animals also change their behavior in winter. Some animals, like bears, sleep during the winter. This is called hibernation. Other animals grow thicker fur to stay warm. Birds in cold areas often fly to warmer places. This is called migration. Winter looks different in different parts of the world. In some countries, there is a lot of snow. In other places, winter is cool, but not very cold. Some people love winter because of the beautiful snow and fun activities. Others find it difficult because of the cold weather. Winter is a unique and special time of year that changes how people live and what they do every day. Daily life in winter. When winter arrives, daily life changes in many ways. The cold weather affects how people dress, how they travel, and even how they spend their time. One of the biggest changes is the need for warm clothing. In winter, people wear heavy coats to protect themselves from the cold wind. They also wear scarves around their necks, gloves to keep their hands warm, and hats to cover their heads. In very cold places, people may wear boots with thick soles to walk safely on snow and ice. Dressing warmly is very important because being too cold can make people sick. Traveling in winter can also be different and sometimes difficult. In areas where it snows a lot, roads can become slippery and dangerous. People must drive carefully to avoid accidents. Sometimes, heavy snow can block the roads, making it hard for cars and buses to move. In some cities, workers clear the snow using special machines called snowplows. People also use shovels to remove snow from their driveways and sidewalks. In very cold places, people may put salt or sand on the ground to melt the ice and prevent slipping. Public transportation, like buses and trains, can be slower in winter because of the weather. Travelers often wear extra layers and carry umbrellas if there is snow or freezing rain. The shorter days and longer nights also affect people's routines. In winter, the sun rises later in the morning and sets earlier in the evening. Because of this, many people spend more time indoors. After work or school, people often go home quickly to stay warm. Some people enjoy sitting by a fireplace or using heaters to keep their houses cozy. Families may spend their evenings watching movies, reading books, or playing games together. Warm food is very popular during winter. Many people like to eat soups, stews, and other hot meals to stay warm. Hot drinks like tea, coffee, and hot chocolate are also comforting in cold weather. For children, winter brings both challenges and fun. It can be harder to wake up early for school when it is still dark outside. Many children must wear extra clothes to stay warm while waiting for the school bus. However, winter also offers exciting outdoor activities. When there is snow, children love to play outside. They build snowmen, have snowball fights, and go sledding down hills. In some areas, schools may close for snow days when the weather is too bad for travel. On these days, children stay home and enjoy playing in the snow or relaxing indoors. People also need to take care of their homes during winter. In cold climates, it is important to keep the house warm to prevent water pipes from freezing and breaking. Many homes have special heating systems to keep the air warm. Some people use wood or gas to heat their homes, while others use electric heaters. It is also important to check the roof and windows to make sure they do not let cold air inside. In areas with heavy snow, people may need to clear their roofs to prevent damage. Winter can be both beautiful and challenging. Snow-covered landscapes are peaceful and lovely to see, but the cold weather can make life harder. People must plan carefully to stay safe and comfortable during the winter months. Despite the cold, many people enjoy the cozy feeling of being inside with family and friends. Winter changes the rhythm of daily life, but it also brings special moments and experiences that many people look forward to each year. Winter traditions and celebrations. Winter is a season full of special traditions and celebrations around the world. Different cultures and countries have unique ways of enjoying the cold months, and many people look forward to these events every year. These winter traditions bring people together, offering warmth, joy, and a sense of community during the cold and dark season. One of the most famous winter celebrations is Christmas. Many people celebrate Christmas on December 25 to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. However, Christmas is also a cultural celebration for many people, even if they are not religious. Families decorate their homes with lights, candles, and Christmas trees. The tree is usually placed in the living room and covered with ornaments, tinsel, and a star or angel on top. People exchange gifts with family and friends, and many enjoy special meals, such as roasted meat, potatoes, and sweet desserts like cookies or pies. In some countries, children believe that Santa Claus visits during the night to bring presents. Families often gather to sing Christmas songs, watch holiday movies, and spend time together. Another important winter celebration is New Year's Eve, which takes place on December 31 Saint. It is a time when people say goodbye to the old year and welcome the new one. Many people celebrate by attending parties, watching fireworks, and making resolutions. Resolutions are promises people make to themselves to improve their lives in the new year, such as exercising more or learning new skills. In some countries, people eat special foods for good luck. For example, in Spain, people eat 12 grapes at midnight, 1 grape for each month of the new year. In Japan, people visit temples for special prayers, while in the United States, large crowds gather in New York City to watch the famous ball drop in Times Square. In some cultures, winter festivals are connected to light and warmth. For example, Hanukkah is an 8-day Jewish holiday that usually falls in December. It is also known as the Festival of Lights. During Hanukkah, families light a special candle holder called a menorah. Each night, one more candle is lit until all 8 candles shine brightly. People also enjoy playing a game with a spinning top called a dreidel and eating fried foods like potato pancakes. In India, there is a festival called Lohri, which celebrates the winter harvest. People light large bonfires, sing songs, and dance to welcome longer days and warmer weather. In Northern Europe and Scandinavian countries, people celebrate winter with festivals that honor ancient traditions. One such celebration is Yule, which dates back to the time of the Vikings. Yule was a time to celebrate the return of the sun after the darkest days of the year. People burned large logs, called Yule logs, to bring warmth and light. Today, many people still use the word Yule to describe the Christmas season. In some parts of Scandinavia, there is a special festival called St. Lucia's Day on December 13th. It is a celebration of light during the darkest time of the year. Girls wear white dresses and carry candles, singing songs to bring hope and brightness. In East Asia, winter brings important festivals like the Lunar New Year. Although it usually falls in January or February, it is an important time for family and tradition. Countries like China, Korea, and Vietnam celebrate with fireworks, special foods, and family reunions. Red decorations symbolize good luck, and people give money in red envelopes to children for good fortune. This celebration marks the end of winter and the beginning of spring, bringing hope for a better year ahead. Winter sports and activities are also an important part of seasonal traditions. In countries with heavy snow, winter festivals often include competitions and games. For example, in Canada and northern parts of the United States, people celebrate with ice sculptures, snowball fights, and sledding races. In Switzerland and Austria, people hold ski competitions and build ice castles. In Japan, the Sapporo Snow Festival is famous for its large snow sculptures and ice art. These festivals attract visitors from around the world who want to enjoy the beauty of winter and experience local traditions. Many winter celebrations focus on kindness and giving. During the cold months, people are encouraged to help those in need. Charities and community groups organize food drives, where people donate food to those who are hungry. Others collect warm clothes, blankets, and gifts for families who cannot afford them. Many people volunteer at shelters or community centers to provide comfort and support during the winter season. Winter traditions and celebrations make the cold months feel warmer and more joyful. Whether through religious holidays, cultural festivals, or community events, these special moments bring people together and create lasting memories. Although winter can be a difficult time because of the weather, it is also a season of kindness, hope, and celebration. Each culture has its own way of welcoming winter, but the common theme is finding warmth and happiness during the coldest part of the year. Nature and the environment in winter. Winter is a season when nature changes in many interesting and beautiful ways. The environment looks different, and both plants and animals must adapt to survive the cold. In many parts of the world, winter brings snow, ice, and freezing temperatures. These changes affect the landscape, the behavior of animals, and the way people interact with the natural world. One of the most noticeable changes in winter is the transformation of the landscape. When the temperature drops below freezing, water turns into ice. Lakes, rivers, and ponds may freeze, creating a thick layer of ice on the surface. Snow covers the ground, creating a white and quiet world. Snowflakes, which are tiny ice crystals, fall from the sky. Each snowflake has a unique shape, and no two snowflakes are exactly the same. The snow can be soft and fluffy or hard and icy, depending on the temperature. In some areas, snowfall is light, but in colder regions, snow can pile up for months, covering roads, rooftops, and trees. When sunlight reflects on the snow, it can make everything sparkle and shine. This snowy landscape is beautiful, but it also makes life more challenging for animals and plants. Plants face many difficulties during the winter season. In cold climates, many trees lose their leaves in autumn to prepare for winter. This process is called dormancy, which is like a deep sleep for plants. Without leaves, trees use less energy and can survive the harsh cold. Evergreen trees, such as pine and fir, keep their green needles all winter. Their needles are covered with a waxy coating to protect them from freezing temperatures. Some plants survive by storing food and energy in their roots. When spring arrives, these plants will begin to grow again. In areas where the ground freezes, it is difficult for plants to get water from the soil. Snow acts as a blanket, keeping the ground insulated and protecting plant roots from freezing completely. Animals also have special ways to survive winter. Some animals, like bears, go into a deep sleep called hibernation. During hibernation, their body temperature drops, and they use very little energy. Bears eat a lot of food before winter to store fat, which helps them survive without eating during the cold months. Other animals, like squirrels and chipmunks, do not hibernate fully but sleep for long periods. They collect and store food during autumn so they can eat it during winter. Some insects, such as bees, stay inside their hives to keep warm, while others die off, leaving their eggs to hatch when spring comes. Other animals migrate to warmer areas when winter arrives. Birds like geese and swallows fly thousands of kilometers to find food and warmer weather. This journey is called migration. In autumn, you can often see large groups of birds flying south. In the spring, they return to their homes in the north. Not all animals leave or sleep through winter. Some animals, like foxes, deer, and rabbits, stay active. They grow thicker fur to keep warm and change their behaviors to find food. For example, rabbits dig through the snow to find plants, and foxes hunt small animals. Some animals, like the Arctic fox and snowshoe hare, change the color of their fur to blend with the snowy environment. This change, called camouflage, helps them hide from predators. The cold winter weather also affects water and the atmosphere. Ice forms on lakes and rivers when the temperature is low enough, but the water underneath stays liquid. This allows fish and other aquatic animals to survive under the ice. The air during winter is often dry because cold air holds less moisture. This dryness can cause chapped skin for people and animals. In some regions, winter brings strong winds and blizzards. Blizzards are powerful snowstorms with heavy snow and strong winds. These storms can make it difficult to see and travel. In other areas, freezing rain occurs when rain falls through cold air and turns into ice on the ground. This can make roads slippery and dangerous. Despite these challenges, many plants and animals are well adapted to survive and thrive in these harsh conditions. Human activity also impacts the natural environment during winter. In cities and towns, people use salt or sand on roads to melt ice and prevent accidents. While this helps people travel safely, too much salt can harm plants and animals. Snowplows clear the roads, but the piles of snow they create can block sidewalks and driveways. In some areas, people build homes and shelters to protect themselves and their animals from the cold. However, modern technology allows many people to stay warm and comfortable during winter. Heating systems, insulated clothing, and well-built homes make it easier to survive and enjoy the season. Winter is also important for the health of the environment. In some ecosystems, the cold season is necessary for plants and animals to rest and prepare for new growth. Snow provides water when it melts in spring, helping rivers and lakes stay full. Some plants need cold temperatures to produce flowers and seeds in the spring. Without a cold period, these plants would not grow properly. Additionally, winter helps control insect populations. Many insects cannot survive the cold, which keeps their numbers low and prevents them from damaging crops and forests. Winter changes the natural world in many ways, but life continues to adapt and survive. Animals find ways to keep warm, plants rest until spring, and the landscape transforms into a quiet, frozen wonderland. Despite the harsh conditions, winter is a necessary and beautiful part of the natural cycle. It brings challenges, but it also provides opportunities for rest, renewal, and preparation for the warmer months ahead. Each winter is a reminder of nature's power, beauty, and ability to adapt to the changing seasons. Challenges and difficulties during winter. Winter is a beautiful and magical season, but it also brings many challenges and difficulties for people, animals, and even the environment. The cold temperatures, shorter days, and harsh weather conditions can make daily life harder. People must adjust to these changes and find ways to stay safe, warm, and healthy during the winter months. From transportation problems to health concerns, winter presents unique obstacles that affect how people live and work. One of the biggest challenges during winter is dealing with extreme cold. In some regions, winter temperatures can drop far below freezing. This makes it uncomfortable to go outside, and without proper clothing, people can get sick or even suffer from serious health problems. Frostbite is one danger caused by the cold. It happens when the skin and tissues freeze, usually on the fingers, toes, nose, and ears. If not treated, frostbite can cause permanent damage. Another health concern is hypothermia, which occurs when the body loses heat faster than it can produce it. This can happen if someone spends too much time outside without warm clothing. People protect themselves by wearing layers of warm clothes, including thermal underwear, insulated jackets, scarves, gloves, and hats. It is also important to stay dry because wet clothes can make the body lose heat quickly. Winter weather also makes travel and transportation more difficult. Snow and ice can cover roads, making them slippery and dangerous. Drivers must be very careful because their cars can slide or lose control. In some areas, heavy snow can block roads and highways, making it impossible to travel. Public transportation, like buses and trains, is often delayed because of icy conditions. Airports may cancel or delay flights during snowstorms, causing problems for travelers. To make roads safer, workers use salt and sand to melt ice and improve traction. However, salt can damage cars, harm plants, and affect nearby rivers and lakes when it washes away. People often need to wake up early to shovel snow from their driveways and sidewalks. This is hard physical work, and it can be dangerous for older adults or people with health problems. Some cities have snowplows that clear the streets, but rural areas may not have the same services, making it harder for people to get around. The cold weather can also create problems inside homes. Many people rely on heating systems to keep their houses warm during winter. If the heating system breaks down, the inside of a home can become dangerously cold. In very cold areas, water pipes can freeze and burst. This can cause serious damage and expensive repairs. People must prepare their homes by insulating windows, checking their heating systems, and keeping pipes warm. In some parts of the world, power outages can happen during winter storms. Without electricity, homes lose heat, lights, and other important services. People need to have emergency supplies like blankets, food, water, and flashlights in case they lose power during a storm. Winter can also affect people's health and mood. Cold weather increases the risk of illnesses like colds and the flu. People spend more time indoors, which makes it easier for germs to spread. In some countries, people get flu vaccinations to protect themselves during winter. Dry air from indoor heating can cause dry skin, sore throats, and irritated eyes. Many people also experience a change in their mood during the winter months. This condition is known as seasonal affective disorder, SAD. It is a type of depression that happens because of reduced sunlight. Shorter days and longer nights can make people feel tired, sad, or unmotivated. To feel better, people are encouraged to get as much sunlight as possible, exercise regularly, and stay connected with friends and family. Light therapy, which uses special lamps to simulate natural sunlight, is another way to help improve mood during winter. For people who work outside, winter creates special difficulties. Farmers, construction workers, and delivery drivers must continue their jobs in freezing temperatures and snow. This can be uncomfortable and dangerous. Cold weather increases the risk of injury from slipping on ice or frostbite. Workers must wear special protective clothing and take breaks to warm up. In rural areas, farmers need to protect their animals from the cold. They build shelters, provide extra food, and ensure their animals have access to fresh water. In cities, sanitation workers face extra work during winter because they must clear snow and ice while continuing their regular duties. Winter is especially hard for people without stable housing. Homeless people are at risk of serious health problems when temperatures drop. Many cities open warming shelters to provide food, warm places to sleep, and other support. Community organizations and charities collect warm clothing, blankets, and other supplies to help people survive the cold. Some people cannot afford to heat their homes during the winter, which can lead to dangerous living conditions. Social programs and local governments often provide assistance to help people pay for heating bills and other basic needs. Animals in the wild also face serious challenges during winter. Food becomes harder to find because plants stop growing and snow covers the ground. Many animals must spend more time searching for food to survive. Some animals, like squirrels, store food during the warmer months to eat in winter. Other animals, such as deer, grow thick fur coats to keep warm. Birds that stay in cold areas need to find seeds and berries or rely on bird feeders that people provide. Small animals are especially vulnerable because they lose heat quickly. Predators, like foxes and owls, must work harder to catch food because their usual prey may be hidden under the snow. For animals that hibernate, finding a safe place to sleep through the winter is essential for survival. Despite these challenges, people and animals find ways to adapt and survive during winter. Technology and modern conveniences make it easier to manage the cold and stay safe. People prepare for winter by gathering supplies, protecting their homes, and staying informed about the weather. Communities work together to help those in need, and many people find joy in winter activities despite the difficulties. While winter can be tough, it also shows how resilient and resourceful humans and animals can be. The cold season requires preparation, patience, and care. But it also brings moments of beauty and connection, enjoying and embracing winter. Although winter can be a challenging season with its cold weather and harsh conditions, it also brings many opportunities for fun, relaxation, and special experiences. People in different parts of the world find ways to enjoy the winter months by participating in outdoor activities, celebrating holidays, and embracing cozy traditions. Whether through adventurous winter sports, peaceful time indoors, or cultural celebrations, winter offers unique joys that cannot be found during other seasons. One of the most exciting parts of winter is the opportunity to enjoy outdoor activities. In areas with heavy snowfall, winter sports are a popular way to have fun and stay active. Skiing and snowboarding are two of the most well-known winter sports. People travel to mountain resorts where they can glide down snowy slopes, enjoying the fresh air and beautiful landscapes. Skiers use 2 narrow boards on their feet, while snowboarders use a single wide board. Both sports require skill and practice, but they provide a thrilling experience for people of all ages. For those who prefer a slower pace, cross-country skiing is a great option. Instead of going downhill, cross-country skiers travel across flat or gently sloping areas, which provides excellent exercise and allows people to explore snowy forests and open fields. Another favorite winter activity is ice skating. When lakes and ponds freeze, they create natural skating rinks. Many cities and towns also have artificial ice rinks where people can skate safely. Ice skating is a fun activity for both beginners and experienced skaters. Some people skate for fun, while others participate in sports like figure skating and ice hockey. Figure skating involves performing elegant jumps, spins, and routines on the ice, while ice hockey is a fast-paced team sport where players use sticks to hit a puck into the opponent's goal. Both activities bring communities together and offer a way to stay active during the cold months. For people who enjoy a quieter winter experience, activities like sledding and building snowmen are simple but delightful. Sledding involves sliding down snowy hills on a small sled or toboggan. Children and adults alike enjoy the thrill of racing down a hill and climbing back up to do it again. Building a snowman is another classic winter tradition. With just 3 large snowballs, some sticks, and a carrot for the nose, people can create fun and imaginative snow figures. Some families take their creativity further by building snow forts and having friendly snowball fights. These playful activities help people embrace the snow and make happy memories with friends and family. Winter is also a time for special indoor activities that bring warmth and comfort. Many people enjoy spending cozy evenings by the fireplace, wrapped in soft blankets, drinking hot beverages like cocoa, tea, or coffee. The warmth of a fire creates a relaxing atmosphere and helps people unwind after a cold day outside. Winter is also the perfect season for reading books, watching movies, or playing board games with family and friends. In some cultures, people practice the concept of hygge, a Danish word that describes a feeling of coziness and contentment. This idea encourages people to enjoy simple pleasures, like lighting candles, wearing warm clothes, and sharing good food with loved ones. Cooking and baking become even more popular during the winter season. People enjoy preparing hearty meals to stay warm and nourished. Soups, stews, and roasted dishes are comforting choices on cold days. Many families also bake sweet treats like cookies, pies, and cakes, filling their homes with delicious smells. In some cultures, winter foods have special meanings. For example, in Eastern Europe, people prepare dumplings, cabbage rolls, and other rich dishes for winter celebrations. In North America, hot chocolate with marshmallows is a favorite winter treat, especially after spending time outside. Sharing homemade food brings people together and makes the cold season feel warmer and more joyful. Winter also provides a chance to celebrate traditions and festivals that brighten the dark months. Across the world, winter holidays give people reasons to gather, reflect, and spread kindness. Christmas, celebrated in many countries, is a time for gift-giving, decorating trees, and sharing meals with loved ones. In some countries, people celebrate the new year with fireworks, parties, and resolutions for the coming year. In East Asia, the Lunar New Year marks the arrival of spring and is celebrated with family gatherings, parades, and special meals. Each winter holiday has unique customs, but most of them focus on themes of hope, generosity, and new beginnings. These celebrations help people feel connected and give them something to look forward to during the coldest months of the year. For people who love nature, winter provides breathtaking beauty and peaceful moments. Snow-covered landscapes, frost-covered trees, and icicles hanging from rooftops create a magical scene. On clear winter nights, the sky is often crisp and full of stars. In northern regions, lucky observers might see the aurora borealis, also known as the northern lights. This natural phenomenon fills the sky with colorful lights that dance and shimmer. For those who enjoy quiet and solitude, winter walks through snowy forests or along frozen rivers can be calming and refreshing. The stillness of winter allows people to appreciate the beauty and mystery of the natural world. Embracing winter also means finding ways to take care of oneself and others. The cold season can be challenging, so it is important to stay warm, healthy, and connected. Many people take up hobbies or creative projects during the winter months, such as knitting, painting, or learning a new skill. Volunteering and helping those in need are also important during winter. Some people donate warm clothes, food, and blankets to homeless shelters, or participate in community programs to support people struggling with the cold. Acts of kindness, both big and small, help create a sense of warmth and compassion during the season. Winter is a time of contrasts. It can be both harsh and beautiful, quiet and festive, challenging and joyful. While the cold weather and shorter days bring difficulties, winter also offers unique pleasures and opportunities to slow down and appreciate life. Whether through outdoor adventures, cozy indoor moments, or meaningful traditions, there are many ways to enjoy and embrace winter. By preparing for the season and finding joy in its special qualities, people can make the most of winter and create memories that last long after the snow melts.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Hand covering, separating thumb from fingers. Mitten. Stop. Wait. Hold on. A long, narrow piece of cloth worn around the neck. Scarf. A warm, tubular covering for the ears. Ear muff. Name you call someone you love. Honey. Head covering. Hat.
Let's try that faster.
Hand covering, separating thumb from fingers. Mitten. Name you call someone you love. Honey. A long, narrow piece of cloth worn around the neck. Scarf. Head covering. Hat. Stop. Wait. Hold on. A warm, tubular covering for the ears. Ear muff.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Mitten. For Christmas, his grandmother gave him a pair of mittens that she made herself. Mitten. I like mittens more than gloves because my fingers can keep each other warm. Mitten. My friend has a pair of mittens with snowflake designs on top. Hold on. Can you hold on a second while I tie my shoelaces? Hold on. Hold on. Are those cookie crumbs I see on your sweater? Hold on. Just hold on a minute. I just need to check my emails. Scarf. His scarf was so long that he could wrap it around his neck 3 times. Scarf. Some people wear scarves in the summer or indoors as a fashion accessory. Scarf. My mom wears silk scarves when she gets dressed up, and wool scarves when she needs to go out in the cold. Ear muff. When I was a child, I used to wear earmuffs all the time. But now that I'm a teenager, I don't wear them because they're not cool. Ear muff. I was in a store the other day, and they were selling rainbow earmuffs and leopard print earmuffs and all kinds of other neat designs. Ear muff. My best friend has a pair of earmuffs that he wears all the time. Honey. Hey, honey, I'm home. Honey. Evan, honey, can you deliver this plate of cookies to the neighbors? Honey. Honey, what's wrong? Why are you upset?
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Hand covering, separating thumb from fingers. Mitten. Stop. Wait. Hold on. A long, narrow piece of cloth worn around the neck. Scarf. A warm, tubular covering for the ears. Ear muff. Name you call someone you love. Honey. Head covering. Hat.
Let's try that faster.
Hand covering, separating thumb from fingers. Mitten. Name you call someone you love. Honey. A long, narrow piece of cloth worn around the neck. Scarf. Head covering. Hat. Stop. Wait. Hold on. A warm, tubular covering for the ears. Ear muff.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Mitten. For Christmas, his grandmother gave him a pair of mittens that she made herself. Mitten. I like mittens more than gloves because my fingers can keep each other warm. Mitten. My friend has a pair of mittens with snowflake designs on top. Hold on. Can you hold on a second while I tie my shoelaces? Hold on. Hold on. Are those cookie crumbs I see on your sweater? Hold on. Just hold on a minute. I just need to check my emails. Scarf. His scarf was so long that he could wrap it around his neck 3 times. Scarf. Some people wear scarves in the summer or indoors as a fashion accessory. Scarf. My mom wears silk scarves when she gets dressed up, and wool scarves when she needs to go out in the cold. Ear muff. When I was a child, I used to wear earmuffs all the time, but now that I'm a teenager, I don't wear them because they're not cool. Ear muff. I was in a store the other day, and they were selling rainbow earmuffs and leopard print earmuffs and all kinds of other neat designs. Ear muff. My best friend has a pair of earmuffs that he wears all the time. Honey. Hey, honey. I'm home. Honey. Evan, honey, can you deliver this plate of cookies to the neighbors? Honey. Honey, what's wrong? Why are you upset?
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. See you next time.